Hello, how are you? So, this is my first live on YouTube. It took me a while to get my 50 subscribers, but this is my full live. So, I'm Paul Hanrider, and I promote a concept called Awakening You. And there's lots of people out there that are saying Awakening You, etc. But I'm introducing practices through breathwork, through videos. I've got in the process of collating and curating 7,800 videos that document my awakening journey here on YouTube, as Facebook is basically throwing them all away. I will curate them, sort them into information that can help people, some courses and other things. And I'm also in the process of releasing a breathwork audio package called Awakening 101. And it's something that has been a labor of love in my heart. I am a certified breathwork coach with a company called Breath Masters out of Bali. And I have collated what I've learned in Breath Masters along with everything else, and discovered that to awaken myself, the quickest and easiest path has been breathwork. Breathwork gets us into a state of hyperoxygenation in the body. It shuts the monkey mind down, and basically stuff will show up in the body. Stuff that I've trapped or I've suppressed in my body, we call trauma, emotions that are stuck, etc., will bubble out of my body, and I will have a transformative experience. Now, in that transformative experience, while this stuff is all going on, if your body so desires it and needs it for release, you will actually go on a medicine journey. You will release dimethyltryptamine, or DMT, in very small amounts, just exactly what you need to wake up. And you don't have to go see any shaman or any weird medicine journey, and you will not have a psychotic break, etc., because your body is inherently wisdom and it knows what's going on. So this is a process that I'm about to release. The package is going out. It's in a beta trial as of the writing of this, but by the time most people are going to view this, they're going to be able to purchase it. It's called Awakening 101, and there'll be another live debuting it here very shortly. Now, what is the awakening process? So there's so much confusion. There's terms like woke and other things that are being used in really detrimental ways. Awakening is, just imagine that you've been in a bit of a dream. You've been lulled into believing a bunch of things that are not completely true, and you're kind of sleeping in walking your life. So a good example. So we're all on an escalator as we're moving through life. We are born. We grow up and get an education. We go to school. We get married. We get a house. We have kids. We have vacation places. We have all this stuff. And then you retire at 65, and then eventually you die. It's a program, the treadmill that everybody's walking on. And it can be very, very confusing to people. So we're kind of in a dream, awakened dream. We're paying taxes. We're paying the landlord. We're paying property taxes. We're paying things that aren't even legal. Don't get me started on things like taxation system and federal reserves and other things. I'm not trying to be conspiracy theorist, but these were all injected not to serve us, but to basically take money from people. So you believe you have to pay taxes. Did you ever actually sign a piece of paper that said you have to? But no, because you're a citizen of the country, you have to pay taxes and all this kind of stuff. Well, if you look at the numbers, a very small proportion of those taxes actually go to the government. The rest go to someone else. And a lot of them, it's the Bank of England and other things, but none of these things are told to us. So we're in this dream believing that we're no longer in kings and kingships and fiefdoms and all this kind of stuff that happened in our past, but we still are. You have to have a job. You have to pay your bills. You have to pay your taxes to the king. It's just named in different ways, and they put new stories on it and said it's freedom and that's democracy and you're safe and other things. You don't know that these things aren't true, but you have resistance in your body, in your program. Your nervous system is constantly getting, anytime there's a lot of noise, you get freaked out and you jump out of your body and these kind of things. These are happening to all of us. We're traumatized as children by our parents, given these stories, these programs, getting spanked on the bum, getting attacked in a bar or raped or some other energy, which basically we become victims to. We basically say, oh, I can't do anything about it. Oh, this is awful. And I'm just bad and shameful and all this kind of stuff. We wander around in this small version of ourselves because we really don't. And nobody's ever told us that we have inherent power. If anything, it's trained out of us in school system, by religion, by our parents very early on. You remember when you were a little kid and you were just running everywhere and you ran into the wall at 2,000 miles an hour and you didn't care if you got hurt or you were bleeding or whatever, because that was our pure state as a source being, as a creator being. But we've been lulled into a slumber to believe that we can't create, we can't manifest, things don't work out, all these kind of things. These are stories that have run in our program, and then we basically validated the story based on something that happened to us. Oh, my ex-wife left me, and I had a divorce, and I lost all my money, and blah, blah, blah. There's a story, a pattern, it's on TV, it's in the news, it's whatever, and it's lulled into our subconscious mind. Don't even get me started about ads and stuff that have some little programs using of NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, hypnosis, all these kind of things is happening to us. So literally, we're in a state of hypnosis almost 24/7 of, I got to go to work and I got to pay that bill and I got to pay the boss and I can't go against the landlord and I can't go against the tax system. I can't go against the government because the government's looking out for me. And I think we're all getting to the point that those things are being seen as not true. There's a whole bunch of stuff showing up that's waking us up to the fact that something's wrong. The truth is coming out. We have things like solar flares. We have things like Schumann resonance. We have all these things that are showing us there's something going on in the world. The frequency's going like this. We're feeling really jangled and fearful and uncomfortable. It's because light is being shined. Think of the lies, the wrong program, etc., being our shadows. And these shadows basically contain things that aren't serving us. They actually keep us in a cage. How much of your beliefs, how much of the program that you've got from religion, and you better be a good boy, you're going to go to hell, or you can't have sex before marriage because you'll go to hell, blah, 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 blah. These are all things that have been carefully crafted, and it's come in layers. It started with religion all the way back, and then it went into banks, and then it went into kingships and all these kind of things. All built a program, and then they got experts at it, and then they basically use things like changing the frequency of music, changing the backgrounds in a TV program or a commercial or whatever that's saying buy, buy, buy. You've seen some of this kind of stuff. You don't even see it because your human mind can't contemplate it at the time, but it's happening. It's happening in ads. It's happening in the vibrations, the programs, the stories that other people put. Once you believe something, you're going to defend that to its death with somebody else. I had a friend yesterday that I posted something about woke versus awakened, and she turned it into some Republican Democrat thing. And I'm like, why did you even bring that up? We weren't even talking about that. Well, that's the first thing that I thought when you use those two terms. Well, you're angry about the terms, and now you brought politics in, which is just like a big, crazy headbutting. And politics is basically a thing that really serves no one. It serves them, and it distracts the population. And whichever party gets in, they got control of it, etc. So awakening to what's underneath and starting to realize that it's not happening. It is happening for us, but it's happening to help and promote the people that have lots of money and drive their program. So in some ways we could say it's happening to us, but we don't want to be in a victim. So when we awaken, all of a sudden it's like, I refuse to pay that. I don't want to pay my taxes. I do not. And if enough people stand together and start to realize that this isn't serving anyone, that it's paying a bunch of rich people and it's all falling apart right now, all of a sudden there's going to be a revolt and people are going to say, I revoke that. And I want full disclosure and full transparency because there is none. All of a sudden that's awakening. It can be happening in your family. Your parents have some wounds or patterns from their past, or whatever. My mother was raped as a child, and she's still a victim in everything that she does. And she has all these sicknesses, and she hates herself and other things. Lovely person, doing the best that she can, but she's living with these blinders on of I'm hurt and I'm wounded, I'm a sad person. She's still in her childhood. Most of us in our childhood, we got hurt as a little boy, little girl, and basically we've been taught to hate ourselves or self-deprecate ourselves, give all our love to our mother or our husband or kids, and we're living to please them, which is the program. So You can see there's a lot of stuff there, and it may have triggered you, but I'm going to now go into the process of healing that. So when you're starting to wake up now and your body's hurting and the energies feel frazzled and you're freaking out and there's lots of crazy people around you or whatever, you're in the awakening process. So how do we now delve into this stuff? I found some very powerful practices of something called Ho'oponopono, which is a Hawaiian art of healing. Basically, if you don't know what's going on and you're feeling crazy or whatever, just recite this over and over in your head. I am sorry, I love you, please forgive me, thank you. I am sorry, I love you, please forgive me, thank you. It gives a willingness to look at something that's inside your head. You may not even know what it is. It could be lineage trauma. It could be something from your parents. It could be whatever. I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, thank you. First spiritual practice I've ever learned, and I still recite it in my head probably 1,000 times a day. It's just so powerful. The next one is getting grounded. How do you feel right now? Are you up here? Most people are like a foot above their head energetically because they're scared. They got to get money and they're running out of money and they're gonna, where's food gonna be? And what about my kids and all this kind of stuff? Get grounded. So if you have this opportunity, sit in your chair, put your feet on the floor, put your hands on your lap, just take some deep breaths. And when I'm talking a deep breath, go all the way into your belly, into your diaphragm, and then release it all with a wide open mouth. This is the starters of breath work. Basically, you are starting to get back in your body. The next one, maybe get a friend or a lover to squeeze your feet. It'll ground you really quickly. If you want to get grounded, if it's summer or warm enough there, put your feet in the grass. Go walk in the grass or go put your feet in the water or go have a good shower, and you're going to get grounded back in your body. It's a natural state of settling back in. And then start to be curious and say, okay, oh, what's getting me excited now? A good example is I put the tongue against the roof of my mouth all the time, or I'll squeeze my jaw, or I'll be tight in my throat, and I'll know something's wrong. So I then like 3 or 4 times. You can do some really cool stuff. Breathe in for 4 seconds. It's called box breathing. So breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe it out for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 4. Breathe in for 4. The military teaches this. They use 4 and 6 second box breathing. So you can use that to get back in your body, get calmed down. And can you imagine in a war situation, you're being shot at, etc., whatever, you're constantly having to get back in your body and be thinking and be aware of your situation so you don't get shot. So these things can help. Another one is put a pinch of sea salt in your water. We need to drink lots of water, probably 4 to 6 big glasses a day. And yeah, you'll pee a lot, but it's moving toxins in your body. It's getting the energy moving. It's very powerful. There's a product called Schlusser Cell Salts, combo number 12. It's these little tabs that go underneath I put them underneath my tongue. You can eat them and chew them or whatever, but essentially by putting them under the tongue, there's a really big blood vessel. When you have angina, they'll say put them underneath your tongue. If you want to get those minerals into your body as quickly as possible, use those. And the reason we do this, your body is an energy conductor. Did you know that if you took a pair of battery cables, put batteries in, and then put it in distilled water with absolutely no minerals in it and completely purified, that water is an insulator. It doesn't conduct electricity because the impurities is what conducts the electricity. This is why they tell us not to eat salt. It basically creates this imbalance inside of our body. They say it creates high blood pressure and hardening of the arteries and all this kind of stuff. There's a lot of evidence that says that's not true. And it's up to you to go explore it. But take a pinch of sea salt, put it in your water. It just tastes a really tiny bit salty, but drink that water all throughout the day, just like an electrolyte drink. But electrolyte drink's full of sugar and a whole bunch of other stuff that's not helping us. Magnesium citrate is a good pill that we can take. Be calm. There's all these different things you can get. I've got this magnesium citrate powder that you mix in with warm water and it bubbles and fizzes. And then you drink it and it basically calms the nervous system. So you can do stuff like this. Other awakening tasks you can do is breath work. Buy my Awakening 101 package or find a breath work that you can believe in. And basically you will get a transformative experience. The breath work that I teach is about an hour and a half long. It gets you laying down, and it does a 2-part breath work. It's like, and you do this for an hour and a half. And I basically tell people, what if your next awakening cycle was as easy as just breathing really hard for an hour and a half? That's how simple it is, because stuff will show up. You will breathe like that. Your body will get into a flow, and all of a sudden coughing will show up, or tears, or anger, or other things. You will basically break bubbles of trauma that are trapped in the body. And by moving with this hyperoxygenation in the body and building this wave and getting breath, sound, and movement all mixed together, it will shift stuff out of your body that no longer serves you. You will have a transformative experience. As long as you keep breathing into it, getting curious, what's going on, not asking the why, but just like, oh, why am I scared right now? Okay, feel into the scared, feel the emotion. All we got to do is feel emotion for 90 seconds of true and deep vulnerability, like crying and screaming and yelling, and we do primal screams and stuff in part of it. Once that's released out of the body, it never comes back. And then we fill it back with love, with calmness, and with relaxation. So you'll be a different person afterwards. All of a sudden, this lump that was maybe in your side or in your back or in your throat may not be there anymore. It's like peeling an onion. I can't tell you what's going to be fixed immediately, because every single person is different. But we peel off layers of the onion, and there may be 20 or 30 or 40 layers of the onion. You're going to find stuff, and one day it'll be a really relaxed thing, and next day you're coughing your guts out because you're feeling your diaphragm, and all this grief and all this black tar energetic stuff feels like it's coming out of your body, and you're wanting to vomit. These are the experiences. Things like, well, other medicine experiences like ayahuasca, they talk about purging and other things. If enough stuff comes up and it shows up, you may purge it out of your body. Not that it happens traditionally with breath work, but I've had that experience, or I've spit up and other things. So sometimes I'll bring a bucket or a bowl because I'm gagging, and all this energy that's trapped in my body. The less I gag and the more I emote, the better it gets. So basically, awakening is a process of clearing out the stuck energies, the stuck programs, the stuck stories. Now, the other nice thing, when we're doing the breath work, your brain gets to a state called hyperprefrontality. And this is really cool. It's a meditative state. The monkey mind shuts down. And while we're doing the breath work, I'll be speaking into your consciousness. You are abundant. You are worthy. Let go of that old story. Let go of that old pain. Let go of all that suffering. Everything that I've ever learned and it was stuck in me, I provide in that breath work. It gives a wholesale version of something to do to help you. When you complete that breath work, I recommend sitting for at least 3 days, maybe 2 to 3 weeks, because there's an integration period. Things have changed inside your body. But when another thing comes up, do it again. This is a generic breath work. It's not specified on one thing. Do it again. Keep doing it until it's helping you. It's not a buy one and then you got to buy the next one and buy the next one and buy the next one. This is made generically as an alchemical way of shifting the trauma in your body and awakening you. That's why I call it awakening you. That's what I'm doing, is awakening you. I have been stuck in this shit and I've been looking for a solution, and I designed it based on my experience and my awakening and my learning. I've given it to you. And the introductory offer is going to be pretty low price. It'll be $50, half off, for a package with a zip file, and it's got a whole bunch of training in there, triggers training and support that you'll need for afterwards, and ways to start breaking down other stuff that's going to show up in your life. I'll put it at half off. It'll be $97 for that package, and you're going to be able to use it as many times as you want. And I'm not trying to make a huge amount of money, but I have costs and I have life to live or whatever. But the more people that take this on, the better. And this is what I distilled my journey down to, all the pain and suffering and struggle that I've been through. And I want to give people a roadmap, a way of getting out of the soup, because I sat in the freaking jungle off on the side of the road with a tire broken off my car and all this kind of stuff more times than I can count, because there's no awakening journey or awakening path. So I give you a tool that allows you to wake up to this stuff. And you use it as often as you like, and it gives you some support, and it gives you a community to work with, and what's going on, what's showing up, etc. Even 20 minutes to spend with me to talk about stuff, because I don't want you to be high-centered in the middle of the road or off the side of the path because you didn't see that there was jungle there and there's a big mud hole and all this kind of stuff. I found them as I moved through it, and I tell you everything that I know. And there's no one size fits all, but this is a generic one size. And the active breath work and the breathing and talking about abundance and other kind of stuff is going to make a change in almost everybody, because I address the big social conditions that basically keep you stuck in blinders in a cage like this, and you're not even sure. And I'll give you the path through, not in a bunch of words, do this, do that, do this, whatever. I'm going to release the blocks and then tell you you're abundant, tell you you're loved, tell you you're safe, tell you you're good, etc. While your brain is shut down, your subconscious protector is shut down, and things will start to change. And it's a process that you have to go through. It's just like anything. It's like a good habit takes what, 2 to 3 months or 6 weeks, or different studies say different things. Essentially, I give you the initial processes to save yourself. I don't know how else to describe it. Awaken out of the dream and have a magnificent, glorified, beautiful life as a God source creator, because we all are, and we've been just told we're not. So anyways, if you want more information, www.awakeningyou.net, or yeah, that's it. And then my Facebook page, Awakening You, or you can look me up, Paul Hanrieder, Hanrieder, like it's on the bottom of the screen. And these packages are going to be released in the next few days. I'm in a beta trial right now. If you get this, we're in the middle or almost end of March right now, 2025. I'm looking for 10 people to sign up, and I'll give them the package for free in the request that you give an honest testimonial that I can use to share with other people, because I'm so confident in this package. I'm so confident it's going to make a change. I have the support of all my guides and a lot of really high energies to do this. And it feels so good to me to be able to release this, to finally break through my own abundance blocks and my awareness. So I'm here. I love you. I hope this helps. Send this out to anybody that's helpful. Get them to subscribe. I can always use more subscribers. There's new content going up. I did about a half a dozen videos today. There's 7,800 to come. So, and there's going to be lots of information here. Thank you. I love you.